Thank you, Tina. So happy to meet you. You are based in Vancouver, right?
Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'll start asking you the questions first.
Okay, just one
So
moment, briefly, just in case our audience did not know that you are only 11th grade students based in Vancouver. I'm so impressed, and thank you for this opportunity to interview me. And you found me from LinkedIn?
yeah.
Wow. So which area are you interested learning?
So I'm very well, I have like questions about like I guess like abundance, like you're CEO of. I also have questions about just like life lessons that you've learned, and also some things about like what made you realize you like this field and things like that. So I guess that's my first question. So my first question is, what is the thing that made you realize that you were interested in working your current field?
That's a very interesting question. Actually started 14 years ago, and maybe you do not have that memory, and you are based in Canada, by the way, even though that time, 2008, is the international financial crisis. Maybe Canada was not hit so much, but in the US, we got a big, it's a recession. And I was working in a Fortune 100 company based in like Wall Street area, downtown Manhattan. I worked there already for 4 years at that time, but I did not really feel like fulfilled, even though I was like a director of performance management, managing over 100 countries' financial performance. And I also report to our department's the president and also vice president. But after 4 years, I just feel like during that time, my corporate career has already hit, let's say, 13 years. I had experience with different international companies, and I had different functions. So it's quite a great journey and also adventure. But until that time, I became a mom with 2 kids and young kids. And I just feel like my life did not feel fulfilling. I just feel like I did not feel big value there, contributing every day, just going to work like a routine, right? Just like a right track, but it's not meaningful to me anymore. I did not feel joy. But then the financial crisis started. And then actually I lost my job. I didn't know if my secret prayer, God heard it or not. So just like, okay, this just from an outside force, changed my career path. And I could continue to look for another Fortune 100 company, but I just feel like I did not have that kind of motivation anymore. I just did not feel like that kind of a joy and fulfilling. So I think, okay, what should I took that time as my life's and also my career's really cost time. I said, I need to reflect. I need to do more research. I need to think. I need to explore to see what is really meaningful to my life. So I used 6 months to do all this, including like a philosophy study in Manhattan. I attended their practical philosophy class and also had my own research. And it's just like a life's journey. And to me, and I finally found my purpose. I found coaching. Coaching is a really innovative way for me. I found coaching is a great way for me to inspire other people, help other people find their purpose, passion, and do what they love to do. So I found my own passion, and at the same time also find the way to help other people. So since then, I went to New York University to get my coaching certificate, become a professional in this area, and start my entrepreneurship. And since then, I never looked back. So far, I still feel like this is the right call for me to do for the rest of my life. So thank you for that question.
That's very cool. Okay, my next question is what is some advice you would give to a high school student who is interested in business / your current field?
Very interesting. I have 2 high school students at my home now. My son is 17 years old. He's at 12th grade, so he's applying for colleges. My daughter, 15 years old, sophomore, and she's especially interested in business, becoming entrepreneur someday. And she has different directions, right? And I totally understand now for high schoolers, if they have a passion to someday have your own. Let's say if you have your own business as an entrepreneur, I would admire that, because when I was a high schooler, I never had this thought, because in my environment, I never had such kind of inspiration. Majority of people had their work, they work for some companies or organizations. Everybody has their like a job working for somebody else, right? So I never really see any kind of like a business, in addition to like a restaurant owners, I really never see any like big business owners. So my family did not have any entrepreneur. So I had no such kind of opportunity to reach to that. So, but now because my kids had both parents as entrepreneurs. Their dad is a lawyer. He's also entrepreneur. So they got inspirations when they're young. So it depends on the kids' environment. But I would encourage every high schoolers, start now. You are still young. You are so lucky. So learn more. Like now, what you are doing is fantastic. Do all this kind of information interview. I would encourage my son to do more as well, because he's looking for his college and also major. Before you decide which major to go, right, which direction to go for your life, you want to connect with as many people as you want. Do research like you did on LinkedIn. You say different subjects, people like experts in those areas. Reach out to them, contact them, and arrange such kind of information interviews, so that you could understand, what's happening, what's their life lessons, what happened to their life, and why did they choose what they are doing, right? This give you more vivid cases. For me, for example, now I'm doing interviews. At the end, I want to interview too. I interview all this kind of people's, what's their life lesson, what's their dream, so that give inspirations not to me and also to my audience. So this is definitely the right way to go, okay? And a better way to find an internship, to do some work in that area, okay?
Great. Okay. My next question is, how did you come up with the idea of creating the Abundance Organization?
Initially, I started 14 years ago. I started as a happiness coach. I help people to find their happiness, fulfill their purpose. And through all these years, I just found happiness, like even though they found what they love to do, but if you do not teach and help them, empower them to really launch a successful business, they cannot fulfill their passion, right? The passion would stay just be a hobby. And through the years, I turned both my from life coaching to combine with business coaching. And eventually how I get to the abundance, that's another life journey. I personally met my marriage crisis and almost tried to suicide. I went to that very darkest time of my life, struggled a lot. But eventually, I thank God, grace, and his guidance. And when I get to another side of the tunnel, finally, after a few years of struggling, I just realized that happiness is not really the ultimate purpose, but in further depths is like abundance. The happiness when I was not happy at all, right? I was suffering, was painful, but the abundance with that faith, with that purpose call, and with that deep resilience, I just found that's the deeper level of our purpose and fulfillment. So since then, after I resurrected from my almost like death experience, and I reclaimed my strength from my belief in God and also in myself and in human. And I rebranded my business into Abundance Coaching, and I call myself Abundance and Thought Leadership Coach. And now I empower visionary entrepreneurs, life changers to stand out in the market as confident experts or leaders so that they could transform more lives.
That's very inspiring. Okay, so my last question for the time we have is, how have your goals in your current position shifted throughout the years?
My goals, right?
Yeah.
Very interesting, yeah. Very interesting. Like initially, when we became entrepreneurs, right? Initially, I was following. There's ups and downs, many ups and downs. All right.
Yeah.
You can imagine 14 years, and initially, I want to fulfill as a human, as to help other people to fulfill their passions. But through the years, because it's business, I need to run a business. So I got so much pressure during the middle. So, how could I really accomplish goals like how many clients I should get, right? Recruit, how much money I should make and make this as a good living. All those kind of a tangible and also strategic goals. But then through all these years, through especially my abundance journey, I realized that not just all those strategic goals, like money or tangible goals are important, like how many people following me, right? All the social media handles, numbers, that are important, but not the most important thing. Eventually, I've just found through this journey, me, right, as a person, grow into the best version of myself. That's the most important. And also, I helped my kids grow to be the best version of themselves as a mom, also as a coach. I feel like I also fulfilled so much. And by helping other people now, I do not care so much about the money anymore, even though I still have my strategic like a number goals, right? But my focus is more on how I contribute to transform that person's and help them to fulfill their business. That make me super happy. And now I'm doing a free project like the passion interview, abundance you interview. Interviewing people is just for free, but I feel like this is part of my core. I just want empower more dreams and at the same time inspire more people. So at the end, I will be honored if I can interview you as well.
Okay, sure. I think that's all my questions for the time that we have today. You can ask me a few questions now if you would like.
Wonderful. Thank you, Tina. I only have two questions. One is, I know you're still young, very young, right? Only like 16 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is your life lesson so far? I believe you still have some life lessons, right?
I think, well, from entering, I guess, from elementary school and entering high school, my greatest life lesson is definitely like, I guess, like to give myself grace or to give myself, to like be able to give myself time to grow as a person instead of like focusing really on like my grades or like, just like really like focused on what I want to do in my time. I think one of my greatest life lessons is to like see how I can grow during the years, like starting from grade 8 to grade 12. I want to see my growth instead of just focusing on that year and what I get for my grades or what I achieve. It's kind of like a path I'm on instead of just standing there and then focusing on what is right now.
Wow, wonderful. I'm so happy you get this insight. I definitely will share that with my kids because sometimes, yeah, the education system guided kids, right, to focus more on their grades
Yeah.
and what they get specifically from some projects. Very short-sighted. I'm super happy that you are focusing more on your growth on the path. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Beautiful lesson. And the next question is, what is your dream now?
So my dream right now is to, well, definitely graduate high school next year. And then I'm hoping to get into university. I'm really hoping to actually study the University of New York University where you studied as well. I'm hoping to that my dream school is the Stern Business School of New York's University. That's my dream. And
That's a
so
business school, right? You are talking about a business school?
yeah,
Oh,
that's my
yeah.
dream. I think, yeah, another one of my goals is to definitely give back to my community and my parents because on this journey, they also have been very supportive of me and have done a lot, as you probably have done to your kids as well.
Wow.
Um, I think that's also a very important part of my life.
Wow, that's beautiful. I'm so happy, like honored today. We have this opportunity. You know, you have this dream to NYU Stern's Business School. I wish your dream will come true. And welcome, like when you come to New York, definitely contact me. I would welcome you. Okay, and my kids maybe could make friends with you and guide you, give you a tour guide around the New York.
That's so cool. All
Yeah, and
right.
I'm so proud of. Congratulations to your parents that they have such a, as a parent, proud parents, they have such a great kids who are grateful, who is
Yeah.
grateful to their contributions. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Thank you. That's my question, Tina. Very simple.
All right. I think that's all the time we have today. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for the interview.
Thank you too, Tina. And I wish your dream come true and keep these great efforts, okay? And interview more people. And I look forward to in the future, you can keep me updated about your growth path, okay?
All right. Bye.
Wonderful. Take good care. Bye-bye.